Katen Hunsuneranin Nina Chaya Zatni, the Dio at a Kale, Nela on the Kale. My mother is Josie Paul. My father is Alec Paul. My father's mother is Anzel. My father also had a sister who was very well known. Her name was Mary John Sr. from Stony Creek. So Anzel's mother was Angel. Angel, I think, was a granddaughter to 6 Mile Mary. Her Christian name was Mary Qua. And the reason she was called that was because she lived in the 6 Mile Lake area. I think it's the Tabor Lake area now. And that's where she resided. And she used to come into town and sell her fish, trade her fish. So that's my dad's side. It's important in every aspect of our culture, right from a time the baby's born. We have to be careful of how we name our baby, what we name our baby. Say we want to name our baby after our ancestors or after our father, or, you know, even then we have to be careful because as humans, you know, we have good traits and we also have bad traits. So when we name our children, they're going to inherit both. They're going to inherit both. So for that reason, it is very important of how we name our children. My husband and I, we jump in a boat, and every time we jump in a boat, he used to have a snuff. He'd take a pinch and he'd sprinkle that in water, and then he'd tell me to put my hand in the water and say thank you to the water spirits and to keep us safe, and that we're only using it just to get food. Well, I'm the eldest in the family, and when I was born, it was a tradition for the parents to give up the eldest child to the grandparents, for the grandparents to raise. And I'm the last in my generation for that to happen on that basis. Well, live right next door. I wasn't very far away from them. And yeah, we'd help her with laundry, and like there was other siblings that came after me. So yeah, we were busy helping mom. My mom, her parents were Agnes John, and her father was Patrick John. Patrick's mother was Christine, and Christine was the daughter of a man called Fraser Lake John. His native name was Chunny, which means Martin. So those are the ancestors I am descendant of. When she was growing up, yeah, she was pretty popular back in the day. All you hear is Josie John, Josie John, Josie John. And then she was the first one to have, what do you call that, ghetto blaster? Remember those great big batteries like that? She put that in the back sack with the radio and hook it up, and on a hike they'd go wherever they go, berry picking or fishing or whatever. She'd hook up the radio. She has a way of knowing things without us telling her. I don't know how she knows things, but sometimes she tells me, Edie, you can't be doing this anymore. What? How'd you know that?
Moms know.
Yeah. Funny stories like that. And then there's this one funny story, she really made me laugh. You know, back in the day when Indian agent was registering people,
writing their names down. Well, there was this one elder they called Louis Chan. And the reason the elders back then, they call him Louis Chan because he liked to BS a lot, eh? Yeah, so Chan is kind of like, so when the government people came around to register it, his name went down as Louis Sands. That's the funniest story Mom ever told me. We both had a good laugh over that one. Yeah. Now who does that, eh? Right? Yeah. Yeah, a little bird would sit on her hat while she worked in the garden. Very special moments. I always say we're us DACAT people, we're hands-on learners. We tend to learn faster by using our hands than reading a book, more so like being here in the element and telling that story, you know. Like I said, everything has a spirit, you know, the spirits of the trees and the grass and the air, you know, it's all around us. And as I tell this story, you know, all those energies, it just goes through people's bodies and they can feel it, they can feel the story. And language, you know, if you don't use it, you kind of forget a little bit. And my mom and my uncle, they both struggled with ancient forests. They really did. As simple as it sounds, yeah, they did. Where I chose to call it Chanto Wadajat is from where they call it Keo Wadajat. So what that means is the oldest village. So I figured, you know, ancient forests will use Chanto Wadajat.
Perfect, I messed it up by skipping ahead.
What do you think? Should we try one more time then, or?
Okay. And these legends are passed down from generation to generation. So if it wasn't for my mother and my late husband, Robert, you know, this is how the legend lives on. And I'm just so humbled by the school, by keeping it alive, because that's what it's all about, keeping the legend alive and the language alive. It was a great privilege, and to actually translate it into DACAT and to actually tell the story in DACAT, that hasn't been done for a very, very long time. At least it didn't take 50 takes.
No, that's good.
That was awesome.
Okay, great. Yanka Dane is people of the land, yeah. And Dakat is people who travel by water. When a loved one passed away, like say my husband, he would have been cremated. And after the fires that would die down, all the ashes that's in there would have been put in a moose hide. And it would be the responsibility of the widow or the closest living relative who is a woman. So I would have had to pack my husband's ashes for maybe up to a period of 7 years, and it would always be on me, either here or on my back. And that's where the term carriers came from, yeah. And after a period of 7 years,
there was a letting go ceremony. And we used to call this place Tsan Das I. You know, history. Sometimes people, they like to change things, and I would have taken, after my mourning period was over, we'd have to go up to the hill and we'd find a young sapling tree. And we'd bend it down and we'd tie it to the ground. We wouldn't cut it, we'd just bend it down, tie it to the ground. Then I'd take that bag and I'd tie it to the top of the tree. And the whole family, we'd all hang on to that knife and we'd cut that string. And that tree would snap back up like that, and the bag would be hanging at the top. And that's where it would be left, back to the elements.
I can feel the ancestors around me, and I could feel them helping me. Yeah, I could feel it. I could feel them.
I'm just so proud of you right now. I'm so proud of you. You know, but things like that are not easy. So this morning, you know, the tears, it's a family thing and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a part of healing.